Hello, I'm Adam Liaw and welcome to The Cook Up, a family favourite one-pot wonder. On tonight's menu, mango sticky rice with pistachios and palm sugar, crispy pork belly tacos with mango salsa, and grilled prawns with amber dressing. Let's meet our guests. We are thrilled to have borrowed one of Australia's favourite cooks, Justine Schofield, from the set of Everyday Gourmet, which I believe is where she lives. She's also an author and French food fan. Bonjour, Justine.
Bonjour, Adam.
Great to have you here. Chef Paul Farah has worked in some of the country's best kitchens alongside huge names like Colin Fassnidge and Brent Savage. His food is exciting and innovative, but ask him to name his favourite late-night snack, and it's a snack pack all the way. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Adam, how are you?
HSP, right?
Yeah, I don't. How did you guys find this out? That's what I want to know.
We ask your partner, yeah? We have a team of investigators that digs deep into your life. Look, they're good.
At a certain time of the day?
Yeah.
Usually after a beverage?
I like all foods, whether they're high-end or low-end, and...
There's a place for it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There is definitely a place for it.
You don't want it for dinner every night, but...
No.
It's usually after dinner and drinks and then on the way home.
Justine, do you have a sometimes food that you can't quit?
Donuts.
Oh, OK. Favourite donut?
Jam donut. Yep. It's got to be warm.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's got to be the right jam. So it doesn't have to have kind of bits in it. It's got to be that real old school way.
You've been in Melbourne too long.
Yeah, I have. I'm in Sydney.
It's a very Melbourne thing, the hot jam donut.
It
like, if
is.
you go to South Australia, it's very much hot cinnamon donut.
That's right.
Sydney, it's a lot of glazed,
Sure.
big donuts kind of thing.
Yeah.
Particularly Western Sydney is a big donut kind of centre.
Look, I like all donuts, so I'm happy with any of them. But a jam donut when it's nice and warm on a cold winter's day, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, sure.
No?
I'm a cinnamon donut guy, so I'm all about cinnamon donuts. So we could do this all night. But tonight is like staring directly into the sun and then eating it, because every dish is made with mangoes. We've done like the sometimes food. Mango's also a sometimes food because they only come around at a particular time of the year. I love that time of year.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's a taste of Christmas, isn't it?
Taste of Christmas, yeah, definitely.
One of the things I'm really happy about with my kids is they get genuinely excited when new fruit season's coming, because we eat fruit literally every day, and it's like, are mangoes available yet? When are the lychees coming around?
Yeah.
Or, when are the decapons in, like the sumo mandarins is one of our favourites. They look forward to those times of year, and it's really, really nice. Hard to top a mango, really. We're cooking with mango today. It's very difficult to know what we're going to do because you can just eat them as they are.
I know.
Yeah.
Is anything better than just a beautiful, fresh, juicy mango? The texture of it, just as is, straight out of the ocean, having one of those as snacks is the best thing ever. Or is it?
When you said straight out of the ocean, I was like, Justine, they grow on trees, right? There's no mango fishermen out there like bringing in the nets. My recipe made with mangoes is mango sticky rice with pistachios and palm sugar. Mango sticky rice, a classic Thai dessert. I actually kind of like it because I was thinking, like, what am I going to cook with mangoes? Because quite often I just like to eat a mango. And it's kind of like just eating a mango, but with a few things to go with it. I've got some sticky rice here, just glutinous rice. You can use the black variety or the white variety. I like the white variety. There's no gluten in glutinous rice. It's just a sort of a starchier, stickier rice that sticks together when you cook it. I've soaked this overnight, so that's all quite wet, and then you just steam it. It's really easy to make, like super, super easy. Put it into a steamer, or, I've got a steam oven, so I just whack it into a tray and throw it in the steam oven and just steam that. And it's,
How long do you have to steam it for?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, very, very, very simple. When it comes out of the steamer, it looks a bit like that. You can see sticky, kind of gluey.
Lovely.
What I'll do to that is I'll gloss the rice or season the rice and turn it into, because that's savoury now. You could have that with, roast chicken, which is what it's great with in Thailand, grilled meats, that kind of thing. But we want to make it sweet, so coconut cream, sugar, and a bit of salt, which is quite important. And we just bring that to a little simmer while we start to get our rice into this bowl. Paul, you have a couple of Middle Eastern restaurants. Is mango a big thing in Middle Eastern cooking?
We use something, and you'll see it later. We use it's called mango umber, or like green mango umber.
Oh, okay.
And so it's used in the further east you go, it's more, subcontinent flavours, like mustard seeds, heaps of peppers and stuff like that. And the idea behind it is like a condiment.
Great, so like a mango chutney-ish kind of a thing. So now my sweetened coconut cream, essentially, I'm just going to start to work that into, little at a time, into the sticky rice. So it could be a little bit of a process, but, you know, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah. And so I guess the amount of coconut cream that you add is really dependent on your rice.
Exactly. So you go a little bit at a time, so you're not going to, you know, you don't end up too liquid. It's also personal preference. Like some people like this more liquid, some people like it more solid. I'm probably on the more solid side, but we'll see how we go. It looks impressive, I think, when you get to the actual mango part. This doesn't look hugely impressive here. But I'm
Didn't want to say anything.
usually this is served with mung beans for a bit of texture to it. But I'm putting it with pistachios because have you ever had a pistachio fruit? Like the thing that surrounds the pistachio nut?
No.
It looks like a tiny little mango. And there's no like flesh on it, but when you scrape it and you smell it, it smells exactly like a mango.
Oh, there you go.
Like
I like that.
When I went to a pistachio farm and I tried them, I was like, that's a mango. Like that's just a tiny little mango, and it was so weird. And I just thought, you know, that's something that most people don't have access to, and so you end up with this almost like synergistic combination of the flavour of pistachio and mango because the fruit that the pistachio is inside is actually kind of mango-y.
Cool.
So you used up all of that.
Yeah, all of that, and this is kind of the texture I'm looking for. You could go more if you want to, but I like it a bit more firm than like this.
Great.
So now, essentially, I put that to one side and get onto the mangoes.
Oh, look at them.
I think you want to pick a ripe but firm mango for this. You want a difference of textures. Sometimes mangoes, when they're too soft, I'm not that into them, but these ones look absolutely perfect. Now, I get this wrong every single time. I always get too greedy. I want too much of the cheek, and then I cut straight into the thing. Oh, okay.
Damn it, I hit the bone.
We'll see how I do. Hey, okay.
Nailed it, I think.
Good, yeah.
You got it pretty good.
What about that glass tip? You know, people get the glass and they put it over.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I can't.
I'm just waiting for the glass to. I'm like, they were showing.
And I think it just ruins the mango as well. Like, I don't even scoop out
Around
mango.
the glass
Like,
like
I
this.
actually cut it and peel it.
I think it must be like an Instagram thing where you just look at, oh, that's great, but that's not going to last.
I always try to give those new hacks a go, but a lot of them, it doesn't really work. You
didn't sell your front house. Bring some more wine glasses. We've broken 14 of them trying to peel the mangoes. So this is, I think, now looking quite nice.
Sure is.
I'll keep these because there's something that you can do with those, and I'll show you how to deal with those a bit later. And I think we're almost ready for the plate. You want to keep this warm, I should say. You don't want to, like, chill this down and have it in the fridge, but I think, hang on, let me get a nice kind of scoop of that. There, it doesn't have to look the prettiest because it's going to have mango on top of it, of course. But one thing that I also do want to add is a bit more coconut cream, and I'm going to salt that. So I've got sweet coconut cream in with the mango. A bit more is kind of our sauce to go on top, but salt is so important for that. It's really, really delicious. So I actually salt it quite heavily. Same with like sago desserts and stuff like that. I always salt the coconut cream for sago desserts. You have the sweet syrup and then the salty cream that goes on top. I also really like the look of palm sugar with this. So I've got a bit of granulated palm sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. So it's a little bit like cinnamon there, but just the colour, I think, works really, really nicely. I might cut... No, I think I'll leave the mango as it is, actually. Some nice big pieces of mango on top. Some of the pistachios just around to the side. I'll actually season that with a little more salt.
That's a lot of salt.
I know.
Stop it.
No, in a good way, though, because I just love the idea of doing that. I think salt's so important when you're working with sweets because it just brings all that flavour.
It opens everything up.
Yeah, yeah.
Bit of the salted cream on top, and that is a very, very simple mango sticky rice. Now, I wonder how you guys are going to feel about the salt, because it's quite a salty thing, but I think it's necessary, particularly when you've got a nice sweet mango.
I love the salt and mango.
Yeah. Honestly, it's
Street
so
food,
good.
Southeast Asia, you know, when they do the salt and spice, it's really good. I love it.
This is really good with that mango, the smoothness of the mango, that sticky rice.
They do, like, chili and salt with, like, pineapple and mango and fruits and things in Thailand as well, but...
So good. And it is simple to do.
Yeah,
Get
genuinely.
yourself sticky rice.
It's not a hard ingredient to cook sticky rice. Bit of soaking, bit of steaming, that's it. After the break, time to find out what Justine and Paul make with mangoes. Tonight on The Cook Up, every dish is made with mangoes. Cook and everyday gourmet host Justine Schofield and hatted chef Paul Farah from Alia and Noor are giving it a mango. Yikes, Paul, what are you making?
I'm doing grilled prawns and green mango amber.
I really apologise for the pun. Justine, what are you making?
I'm doing crispy pork tacos with a mango salsa.
These sound fantastic. Crispy pork belly. You are a woman after my own heart, Justine. How do you do yours?
I love pork belly. Isn't it forgiving? It's one of those pieces of meat that you can never stuff up.
Cook it for 5 minutes or 5 hours and it's always good.
Exactly, and it can be cooked both ways, but I'm going to do it a bit of a longer way. We want crispy crackling for that crunch in the taco. So I have dried this out overnight so we get a lovely crackling on top.
And you just leave that uncovered in the fridge?
Always uncovered in the fridge on a tray is best. On the bottom, I like to add some cumin seeds.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I haven't toasted them or anything. It's just going to really perfume that meat.
Because they go in the oven, you don't really need to toast it first, do you?
No, absolutely not. This is about getting it in there as quick as we can. I preheated the oven.
Great.
Hot, so
Gosh,
200,
we're already at that
220.
point.
Yeah.
We're flying.
Absolutely. And salt on both sides. So on the flesh side, you know, a generous amount. It's a big piece of meat. This will shrink quite a lot as it cooks.
Sure.
That's okay. And on the other side, and the reason I don't add too many of the seeds or no seeds on the top because they will burn, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So we just want them on the bottom. A few's okay.
Probably a few.
Yeah. And then that goes into the oven. 2 stages of cooking.
Yeah.
So hot, get that really crispy.
Okay.
Then what I'm going to do is add a little bit of liquid to that. So that goes into, I should put that in here, into my little tray.
Roasting tray, and that roast hot, and then the liquid goes in second.
And I love this combo. So just water.
Water.
Orange juice, freshly squeezed
Orange
preferably,
juice.
but
Okay.
not essential.
Yeah.
In it goes. And some vinegar. Okay.
Amazing.
Apple cider vinegar.
That's actually going to work, I think, really well with the old cumin as well.
Absolutely. And don't forget chipotle in adobo sauce.
Oh.
I know, it's the best, right?
Really
Mexican
fabulous
flavours.
ingredient. So you quite a lot of liquid there, and that will just sort of, obviously not cover the skin of the pork.
Exactly. I'm just going to pour that in when it's cooked after 30 minutes, just around, so we don't touch that skin, just so it stays super moist as it cooks that second stage.
And the adobo goes in with that as well?
It does.
Good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, yeah, absolutely. That goes in.
It's a cool process.
It's a cool process, yep.
Paul.
All right, Adam.
So I don't know what amber is.
It's a Middle Eastern version of like a green mango chutney or a pickle. You know, subcontinent flavours.
Yeah.
So it's this guy here. Do you want to give it a go? So
Oh, really?
love it or hate it. It might polarise a few people, but for me, I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cut back a little bit. Don't go crazy.
No. I'm not going crazy. I literally never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
That's delicious. It's like Indian lime pickle crossed with mango chutney without the sweetness.
Yeah.
Can I have a taste? I've been
Definitely.
I really want to try
Jump
it.
in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a little bit more acidic because there's vinegar added, mustard seeds, a few other extra
Looks
spices.
like turmeric and stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's delicious, right?
Oh, I love that.
How could you not like that?
Yum.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're pretty much making a little mango salad.
Okay.
You know.
So underripe mangoes.
Yeah. Two
green
types
or-
actually.
Yeah.
So we've got some that are a little bit. They're in between being green and yellow.
Sure.
And so we've got some really vibrant green. So with the green ones, I've kept the skin on.
What else goes in there?
Read my mind.
I was
Love it.
just helping you out.
I love it. So we're going to add a little bit of the amber. All right.
That's brilliant.
And
I love that. Can you buy that at places? Do you
it's
make it?
hard.
Do
It's
you make
hard.
it?
No, I buy it.
Okay.
I buy it. I've got an importer that brings it in for me. It's not
Okay.
exactly the easiest thing in the world.
So if I see it in the shops, I'm going to snap it up.
A little bit of olive oil.
Brilliant.
Kind of goes against all the green mango salads that you've probably done.
No, I've literally never seen anything like it. Like, this is why I love having you here, Paul, because you always bring something new.
Yeah, I like to bend boundaries and maybe upset cultures, you know.
Bust through walls.
Yeah. So a little bit of that. We're then going to add some coriander.
Okay.
I actually love coriander. It's one of my, I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it.
I think the only people that hate it are the people that genetically hate it. Like if you have the gene that makes it not taste
Italians.
good.
So just pick that whole in. And the idea with this is that with the acid from the umber, it's going to sort of break it down. and that sort of just all macerates a little bit.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it all. Justine.
Adam.
So this is, you're essentially making street tacos. What's a street taco?
Street tacos, small ones, and I
Okay.
like to use corn.
Okay.
You can use corn tortillas or you can use the wheat ones. They're both fantastic.
Yeah.
These are lovely because they're soft and pliable and
Right.
really family friendly. I just love this particular size. I don't like these big ones.
I
I get full too fast.
I'm with you. The thing is, it stops you from overfilling as well. I know it's
Exactly.
smaller, so it's almost counterintuitive, but like a smaller taco, you don't feel like you need to load it up. So, because people tend to load up the bigger tacos, and it's like, oh.
Exactly. And it's the vehicle for all our flavours, right?
Yes.
We want to taste everything else. So my little tip is, I just have a lot of these at home on standby.
Yes.
So warm them up about 30 seconds on each side and then have yourself a little tea towel like this.
Okay.
And it's going to be like little blankets.
Yes.
For our little tacos.
Amazing.
So that goes in like that. We cover that up and we can keep making them and they'll stay warm.
But it's also, if you're having friends over,
Yep.
this is a great thing to outsource. Like,
Absolutely.
they'll feel like they're helping.
Yes.
And everyone always likes to help. And it's
Yes.
just like, there's a couple of frying pans there and a couple of things.
Yep.
Just go boom, 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 boom.
Glass of wine, just, it's all about the theatre of
In
cooking.
fact, let me help while you're doing your mango salsa.
I mean, I was going to say, get on to the tacos. And then this salsa is really easy. I mean, mango is our hero. Like we discussed before, you don't want it to be too soft or
Yes.
too hard. And we're just cutting it into little pieces. We want to be able to spoon this over our crispy pork belly.
Oh, this is good. Yes.
So all of these flavours, and look at the colours. There's colours
Yeah.
of Mexico right
Yeah.
there. So I'm going to cut this up finely and it goes into a bowl with some coriander, a little lime, and we'll just mix that up and we'll just wait for the pork and we're good to go.
Too easy. I only toasted like one taco, but at least I helped. That's what you do at a dinner
Better
party.
than nothing.
All right, Paul.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, that was quick.
Super easy.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that can sit there because it's going to just start to marinate and get more juicy.
Lovely. And the prawns. What are we doing with those
Okay.
guys?
So we're just going to, a little bit of oil over the top of them before we char grill them.
Mm-hmm. How have you prepared them? Because I saw you snipping away out of the
Yeah,
corner of
so
my
this
eye there.
is something that I feel like I've, maybe I don't know if I've invented it, but I've kind of like come up with a way that keeps the prawn like really moist. So cooking the prawn in the shell is by far the best way, but sometimes the prawn kind of gets stuck in the shell. So you just scissor along the back and then put your finger in and just separate it on either side.
Yeah.
And the idea with that is
I'll separate the shell.
the shell,
Okay.
but don't take it off.
But don't take it off.
So just go all the way down that way.
I thought you were just butterflying prawns, and I was like, Paul, you didn't invent butterfly.
Yeah.
But this is a cool trick.
Yeah, and so when you then roast it,
Yeah.
you're getting that nice like roasted shellfish, lobster bisque kind of flavour happening,
Yes.
and then they're really easy to take off.
That is a great tip. So they've had your little trick done to them.
These are pre-done.
Yep.
Grill is on and heated up.
Firing.
Let's throw these guys on.
And you haven't seasoned them? Are you going to season them at all? No. Okay.
Well, because they're in the shell, right? So
Yes.
once they come off,
Yeah.
I'm going to peel that shell off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
want to.
you're a fancy chef. Right, okay. No, it's just like usually I'm like, if I'm grilling prawns with the shell on, you're peeling it.
Yeah.
The diner is peeling it.
Well,
but I
this
guess-
could be a fun little activity. You can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
people over. So
Okay.
get that on there.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is cool because like if you season it now with this, like if the guest peels it, they get the salt on their fingers, and that's how you season it in that
Okay.
way. So this is cool. I like the fact that you're going the extra
Let's
mile.
rewrite the recipe, guys. I'm so sorry.
When we return, we know where these mango dishes will go, into my mouth, and I'll show you how to make a very nifty no-cook mango syrup from all your offcuts. Welcome back to the Cook Up, mango fans, because this one is for you. Justine Schofield and Paul Farah are showing us what to do with our mangoes. Paul, how's it looking?
Amazing.
Oh, you're telling me. Justine, this is phenomenal. That pork has come out sensationally. The salsa is looking vibrant. What do we do now?
Well, it's all about the building now. So I've got
Okay.
some cabbage here.
Yes.
Finely shredded. And
Yeah.
I've also just added a little bit of salt just to break it down slightly, just so it's tender.
This is kind of your classic fish taco scenario, but with pork belly.
Absolutely.
Because
And
your California-style fish taco is quite often,
Yes.
mango salsa, a bit of cabbage. Ooh.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
I specifically did this pork one, though,
Yeah.
with mango, because pork is fatty and it's crispy and it's
Lovely.
all the good stuff that we love so much. I thought mango will cut through that. So it's sort
Beautiful.
of, it's sweet, it's tart. You got a little bit of the warmth there from...
And you've got that sort of chipotle kind of cumin flavour, those classic kind of taco flavours already there in the pork.
I mean, look at that. How can you not like that? Someone gets 2 pieces and the other 2 get 1. I better change that.
I was like, I'm assuming you made the 2-piece one for me.
No. I'm going to add some more.
It's so kind of you to take those shells off for you, and that's actually a great trick.
Yeah, so the prawn itself has been almost like roasted in its shell. It's got nice sort of aromats to it. Comes out, I peel them, a little bit of salt, pepper, lemon juice, good splash of good olive oil, and then
Straight onto the mango salad.
Yeah, it's nothing. I might do this. Let's bring it to me. And then there's as many or as little prawns as you want. I like to keep the heads on and the tails as like a little handle.
Yep. And people like the heads too, you know?
Oh, it depends who you ask.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
You know, they're really delicious.
I personally don't chew on the heads, but a lot of people like to.
Yeah.
Crispy pork belly tacos and mango salsa and grilled prawns with umber dressing.
Crunchy.
That is sensational. And that's such a cool way of cooking the pork belly because it's so tender, but then so crispy.
Exactly. And it's rich, so that mango, which is our hero, you can really taste it. It goes so well with it, pairs well.
Yeah, it cuts through the fattiness.
It's beautiful. All right, Paul, I'm interested to see how this turns out. Yum.
That is so good. How good is mango when it's unripened and then ripe? It's just the best. Love it.
And that's a really cool idea, using the 2 different both textures and sweetnesses of the mango for the julienne, because you really get that. Like, you get the sweetness from the yellow ones and a bit more bite and a bit more sourness from the green one.
Yeah, with the green, you got that sort of texture. Also, it's not just one sort of monotone.
Yum. One thing I really like, actually, is that all 3 of us didn't cook our mangoes. Because, like, I'm not against cooking mangoes. You can cook mangoes, right? But I just love the freshness of uncooked mango. And so I thought I'd show a very simple way to use a bit of, all those offcuts of mango. So the peel, the seeds. There's also some like lemon husk in here as well. Once you've done all that you need to do with all the mango, basically just throw it all into a bowl, cover it with sugar, not all the way, but quite a lot of sugar, and then you can just leave that. Stir it through and leave it. So this is a mango syrup that I'm making, no cooking required. And essentially you're macerating the mangoes, and then leave that overnight, or, press it through, keep working it a little bit for a few hours if you want to speed up the process. But after you leave that for a while, you end up, after straining it, with a beautiful kind of raw mango syrup. So you get the taste of those raw mangoes without needing to heat it up. You get that. I think you get a very different thing when you're doing it without having to cook.
That is.
And then you can use that for, like we're going to do, just a few little drinks, or in place of a lemon syrup for desserts or that kind of thing.
Such a great idea.
Well, let's see how it tastes.
Could this be like a little non-alcoholic tepache, maybe?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Or you could just put it in a gin and tonic.
Oh, love that. Yeah. And more importantly, you're not wasting anything. You can use all those offcuts for something brilliant.
It's really nice and refreshing.
So fresh, so summery.
Paul, Justine, thank you so much for joining me for our marvellous mango extravaganza.
Oh, thank you.
Mangoes are like sunshine on a plate and work brilliantly in salads, desserts, drinks. Hopefully we've gifted you a few new ways to make the most of pure mango gold. If you want more of the cook-up and more delicious food ideas, head to SBS On Demand. I'm Adam Liaw. Thanks for watching The Cook-Up.